Hello everybody, my name is Bruno. I'm making this tutorial about exporting animations from 3ds Max to inside Unreal Engine 4, and I made this animation that I'm going to show inside 3ds Max, and I'm gonna show how to export this inside the engine. So I created here this clean project without bones and animations yet, just to show how to set up the bones with the objects. So basically the first thing to do is create a bone. I will click. I don't know why there is a bug in my 3ds Max that doesn't create the bones where I want, so I will create a bone here and another one here. Right click, and now I'm gonna select the first bone and align with the ball. That will be the first mesh that we're gonna make. Okay, the bone it's aligned. I will certify that the X and the Y axis are 0, and select the front bone and also certify that the the X axis is aligned. Okay, now I can delete the front bone, and we're gonna use it only the first bone. Next step, I will select the ball and apply the skin modifier. Now that we added the skin modifier, let's add the bones to it. Select bone 1, okay, and when you select the bone and move him or rotate, the ball will follow the movements, and you should animate the bone itself, not the object. Okay, I will have to do this for the other objects, the cup, the letterings and stuff, but I will not do it for the background because I will not animate it. And the camera, you don't need to make bones to the camera, you can export it without bones. Now let's jump to another project that it's already animated, and I'm going to show how to export those objects. Okay, each object have a bone and stuff. So select the object and the bone and export selected. I will name it Bola. Save. Make sure that smoothing groups is checked for you not get an error message, and OK. No problem with that. OK, and now we have to export it again for only the animation. Okay, the first exportation was for the model and the skeleton. This one will include animation, so select animation. Better select the current preset Autodesk Media Entertainment. Check the smoothing groups. Animation will be checked already, no extra options. Bake animation, it's important to select bake animation, and also resample all. Deformation, it's default, and all those other parameters, I'm sorry my English, not necessary. Okay, no problem with this warning. Alright, after doing this, you have to do for all the other objects separately. In my case, the cup, the letterings and the front seal. Now let's export the camera also. Select the camera. My camera has a target, so make sure to include it. on your selection and export camera. Oops. Okay. Let me name this camera 001. Okay. Animation, make sure cameras. Alright. Now let's jump to the side. Let's jump to the engine. I created a new project with a empty level and also make those folders to maintain organized, and I will start to import the ball. When I click, you will see that select skeleton mesh, it's already selected. This is because Unreal Engine 4 knows that there is some bones with the mesh. This box here maintains none because we are creating the new, and if you get materials and textures, select those and import. Okay, so we will now have the mesh, physics asset, skeleton, and a material. And when you click the ball, where I'm not clicking, it will open the animation editor, where by now you can only see the ball without animations. Let me apply this material just to get a better picture and move those assets inside the folders. Oh, okay. I have a material here already. Okay, that's fine. And by now there is only the ball and the bone. If you want to see the bone, you should click show bones. Here is just in the middle, too little, but it's there. Now that we imported the mesh with the bone, we're gonna import the animation. That is the second one here. And you will not select the skeleton mesh anymore. You will select animation and click on that box and select your mesh skeleton that you want to apply the animation. In our case, it's the ball skeleton. And if you click the animation sequence that you just imported or the mesh, you will start to have you will start to see the ball, the mesh with the animation that you imported. Okay, I will do this one more time and then I will jump the video. Let's import the cup. Skeleton mesh, no skeleton selection, import all. Here we import all the assets and materials. You can see the mesh is there with the bone but empty, without animations. Let me put those on those folders. Oh, sorry for that. Okay, and now import the animation. Select animation, select the mesh skeleton. Now it's the cup. I'm talking in Portuguese, so let's wait a little bit. Okay, import all. And here we go. You will start to see the mesh with their animations. Okay, now I just imported all the meshes and animations, and next step we will set up a Matinee with all those meshes and animations. So I will drag all the objects to the scene, just drag and drop, Okay, and make sure that the location of all objects is set to 0. Okay, and you will have something like this, like we exported from 3ds Max. I will create, just to get a better picture here, let's put some lights. Okay, but still not good. I can't see the logo. Alright, let's do this better. Just a second. Okay, that should be good. And alright, now let's set up our matinee. You can create a matinee clicking here, add a matinee, or you can go to the upper left panel, sorry, all classes, and drag a matinee into the scene. When you drag, go to the left panel and open matinee. This is kind of a editor, sequencer editor, where we're gonna add our objects, animations, camera, and kind of build our video. So let me just organize so we can see the scene. Right click and add a new director group. The director group is to specify which camera will be the active shot over the time. So we exported the camera and we will import the camera inside the matinee. File, import, select your camera that you exported, in my case camera 1, yes, and you should see the camera and the movement already. I don't know why it came in a side position, but to fix that I will simply click on the object and rotate it, starting with the ball. Okay, rotate it 90 degrees and this should be fine. Alright, and if you now click on the timeline and drag, you can already see the camera animation, and the camera it's in motion. Okay, so now we need to specify the director that the camera 1 is our main shot. So click on director, add a key, certify that the camera which you want, and OK. You will see that a camera shot will be added to your director, and when you scroll the timeline you should see a window in the lower corner showing exactly the camera that we added to the director. I'm sorry. Okay, now next step, import the objects. So select your object, add a new skeletal group, give a name to it, and you will see those two nodes, a movement and animation. We are interested in animation. Click in the animation, add a key, you will see the animation that we imported. Click on him and you can already see that it import the animation inside the matinee. So next step is repeat that process with the other objects. After doing this with all objects, you can already see the scene happening. So if you click on this camera icon, your main scene, your main preview window will show exactly what the director nodes it's telling you. In this case I have just one camera, but you can apply a lot of cameras and make all cuts inside the Matinee. In other words, you can make a movie in here. Okay, so we imported all, we are almost finished with this. So I don't know what I'm talking there, but next step is to set up our blueprint to we not get crazy things happening when we going to export the final movie. So open the level blueprint, okay, and it's a basic blueprint, it's nothing too much. Select the Matinee and the scene and add his reference inside. Now right click and type begin, and you want to see this event begin play. Add it. Now click on the node and drag, and now type play. Let's add, this is a function that will play our Matinee. Now connect the event begin node into the play function, compile, and that should be good. And we did that because we need to tell the engine that when we hit play, it will play our sequence. If you don't do that, you will not be able to see or export your sequence. Now let's create a movie from this animation and stuff. So click on the Matinee, open the Matinee again. Let me close this. Open Matinee, click here, expand or maximize, and create a movie. Here it's where we're gonna export our video. You can make an AVI movie or BMP, PNG, JPEG sequences. Select your resolution. You can also customize your resolution if you want something more than full HD. In my case I'm gonna make HD. Choose your frame per second, and for me that's okay. You're gonna ask you to save the content. I should do that before, but okay. When you hit OK, you're going to see this big screen playing your animation in kind of slow motion. This is the export process. He's processing all this in video data. In our case I selected AVI movie. He's creating that movie, and I don't know why it will not stop exporting after the animation end. You will have to close that window manually, or otherwise it will continue to export nothing until your hard drive will be full. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. The animation is almost over, and after it's done, move your mouse in the bottom. You should see your mouse in the bottom menu, and go to Unreal Engine and close that window, that exportation window. When you close it, it will stop to export, and your video file should be on the project folder. In my case it's here inside the saved folder, video captures, and there it is. what am I doing? Video captures here. If you click, you should see it's kinda slow because I'm recording and this is an uncompressed AVI. It's kinda hard file, but if you put inside an editor or convert to a less heavier format, you should see the move animation smoother. But that's it. I think we showed how to export animations from 3ds Max to the Unreal Engine 4, and if you have any questions, please make those. I will try to answer. If you see anything that can be easier to be made, that I don't know, if any mistakes I did, please tell me, and that's it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.